Okay, so first up, what we're going to do now is just look at substitution. So with substitution, if we look at this first one here, it just means replacing the letters with them with what they equal. So if you look in this rule here, we've got A is equal to -3. So replace the A with the -3. And B is -4. So we've got to replace the B with the -4. First thing you need to do is make sure you put in the time signs if they're needed. You could write this as A times A plus 2 times B times B, but it's not really necessary if you use brackets. So if you've got A squared there, so in place of the A you put -3, but put it in brackets because otherwise your calculator won't square the negative. So you need the brackets, and then 2 times, because there is a times there, -4, and then it's -4 squared. -3 squared plus 2 times -4. You're better off just putting that straight into your calculator. Use your bracket button, use your power button. If you were calculating it separately, -3 squared, -3 times -3 is +9. -4 times -4 would be +16, because the negative times the negative is a positive. And then if you just do 9 plus 2 times 16, you end up with 41, and that's your answer. Okay, so now we're just going to look at this formula and we're going to substitute into the formula. So the thing we're subbing in is the R, and the R is equal to 2.5. So you can see the R throughout the formula there. The pi is just pi, and pi is approximately equal to 3.14. That's an approximation. You want to be using the button on the calculator. So the button on the calculator is located on the times 10 to the x, and on top of the times 10 to the x, we have a pi button. So to get to that pi button, because it is like it's in the yellow, you press shift times 10 to the x, and that will locate the pi button. Okay, so first thing you need to do is when you substitute is make sure that you put all the time signs in. And then in place of the R, we are just going to put its value. So its value here is 2.5. So you go 2.5 squared, 2 times pi times 2.5. And then you just reach for your calculator. So you go 2 times shift pi times 2.5 squared plus 2 times shift pi times 2.5, and you end up with 54.97787 to 2 decimal places, and that's 97, that's the cutoff. So that 7 there has to add to the next one. So it's 54.98. On your calculator, you can also round off just by going mode, and then you scroll down, and actually it's not, it's going to be shift mode. So go shift mode, and then you see an FIX button, which on my calculator is number 6. So it's the FIX button. And then what you do is how many decimal places, so 2 for this one. Okay, so looking at this one here, we have y equals m times x plus b. So put the times in. In between the two letters, if you have nothing there, it's a times. Okay, whereas this one, so you have a plus, so that's why that stays as a plus. Now we're going to substitute. So the x is -3, so we put an x where the -3 is. The m is equal to b, so I'm going to put 6 where the m is. Not b, it's 6, sorry. The m is equal to 6. And let's see, the b is equal to 4. So y equals m. So what's m? M is 6 times x, which is -3, plus b, which is 4. So that'll be -18 plus 4, but you can just put that straight into your calculator, because 3 times 6 is 18, and then it's got a 9 minus. 18 plus 4 is minus 14. Okay, and finally this last one, this is the volume of a sphere. So let's put the times in, because in between those there's no symbol. So it will be times. Then let's replace. Okay, so what was your R? Did we give you an R? Oops, sorry, forgot to give you an R. The question should be V equals that, find V to the, it should say if R equals something. So R, we're going to make it 4. All right, so that means you go 4 on 3 times pi times 4 to the 3. And all that's left is to put that in the calculator. So 4 over 3 times, shift, do the times 10 button, that's pi, times 4 to the power of 3. So that button is on top of the times 10 to the x. And to get there, you go shift times 10 to the x. And on top of that, you'll notice the little pi symbol, and it'll be in yellow. Okay, press equals, and I get 268.0825. The cutoff mark is here for 2 decimals, so it's 268.0.